If you are working part-time for an employer who you used to work for full-time, and your reduced hours are a direct result of COVID-19, this video will demonstrate how to complete your weekly work search requirement. First, navigate to the Work Search screen by logging into Reemploy Me. Select Weekly Certification, then File Weekly Certification. Enter your Social Security number, then enter it again. Select Next. Ensure that you are filing a weekly certification for the correct week, then select Next. For the purposes of this video, we will be filing a weekly certification for the week of Sunday, October 4 through Saturday, October 10. Even though you are working on a part-time basis, you would select Yes to the question of whether you are still unemployed. Then select Next. As you are working for an employer, you are not self-employed, so select No to question 1. Question 2 asks if your employer has given you a specific date on which you will return to full-time employment. If you do have this date, select Yes, then use the calendar icon to select the date on which you will return to full-time employment. Finally, select the drop-down menu and choose your employer type. You will see 3 options: a previous or current employer, the option New Employer, or Other. If you select Other, you must call the Claims Center at this phone number to provide further details. You would then select Next and be taken to the weekly certification screen, which we will discuss later in this video. You would not need to file a work search report. If your employer has not given you a specific date on which you will return to full-time work, you would select No to question 2, then select Next. This work search questionnaire will only need to be completed if you do not have a return to full-time employment date. For question 1, select Yes. For question 2, select No if you have worked but have not participated in any of the work search activities listed. If you have both worked and participated in one of the activities, for example, you attended a virtual job fair, you can select Yes to question 2. Complete the remainder of the questionnaire, then select Next. As with the previous screen, this work search record details screen is only for those who do not have a return to full-time employment date. Since you worked part-time this week, you will complete this questionnaire with the details of your employer. Select a date on which you worked during the week you are filing, then fill in your employer's name, address, and telephone number if you have it. Enter the type of work you performed. In the Method of Contact section, question 6, choose the method that best describes your work. For example, if you worked on-site, you can select In Person in the drop-down menu, then enter your supervisor's name and title in fields 6A and 6B. If you worked remotely, you could select Email and enter your supervisor's email address in field 6D. For question 7, select Hired. Select Next. Review your work search details, then select Submit. Confirm your work search record by entering the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. Select Next. Now you are ready to file your weekly certification. Select the File Weekly Certification button. Whether you have a definite return to full-time employment date or not, you will need to file a weekly certification. Complete the weekly certification details according to your specific situation. Be sure to select Yes to question 5, but unless you also worked an odd job in addition to your part-time employment, select No to question 6 and do not enter your wages earned at your part-time employment. You will enter these wages on a future screen. Complete the remainder of this screen, then select Next. This employment details screen is where you'll enter information related to your part-time work in the week that you are filing. Provide the last day you worked in that week and enter your employer's name, address, and telephone number if you have it. On question 5, enter your total wages earned for the week that you are filing. Remember, it is Sunday to Saturday. These are wages earned, not paid. You may have worked this week and will not receive a paycheck until next week, but you need to enter your wages earned this week. Enter the gross wage amount, which is the money you earned before any deductions, like taxes, are taken out. For example, if you worked 10 hours at $15 an hour, you would enter $150. On question 6, enter the amount of hours you worked during the week for this employer. On question 7, select Working Part-Time from the drop-down menu. If you have a definite return to full-time work date, enter it below. If you did work for another employer, select Yes to question 8. For this video's purposes, we will assume that you only worked for the employer stated above. On question 9, select Yes, even if you are partially employed. Select Next. Review your responses, then select Next. Confirm your weekly certification by entering the last 4 digits of your Social Security number and selecting Submit.